Hi everyone, this is Dan Lieberman with East Bay Community Energy. I'm glad you could join our webinar today, and I'll spend probably about 20 minutes or so walking you through this slide deck, and then at the end I'll reserve some time for questions and answers. So everyone's been on mute. If you have a question, feel free to type it in the little sidebar. I'm happy to answer clarifying questions. I'll try and address most of them at the end, but if something is unclear during the slideshow, feel free to chat us, and we'll do our best to answer in real time. Anyway, we're very excited to tell you about East Bay Community Energy. We're launching in just a few months here, and so I will walk you through the basics. So what is East Bay Community Energy? We're what's called a community choice aggregator or community choice energy provider. We are a joint powers authority of 11 cities and the unincorporated areas of Alameda County. And we have the mission of providing customers with cleaner and greener power at lower rates. And we're really excited to do that for the community. And then we can also, as a joint powers authority, since we're a not-for-profit government agency, we don't have shareholders, and we will reinvest earnings back into the community. And we'll do that generally in two ways, which is by offering lower rates and then offering programs that will be targeted at energy usage around the county. So we're really excited to get those programs going down the road. So quick history of EBCE. Again, we were started many years ago as a task force, and then as a incorporated joint powers authority of those 11 cities. There are only 3 cities in Alameda County that are not participating. Those are the city of Alameda, which runs its own municipal utility, and the cities of Newark and Pleasanton, which decided to take a sort of wait and see, and they reserve the right to join our joint powers authority down the road if they wish. And you can see the list of member cities there. Each city has an elected official on our board, and our board is the entity that sets our rates. So our board meetings are open to the public. You can find on our website a list of our board members, and so if you're a constituent, if you have a business in our county, or you're a resident of the county, you're a constituent, and you can certainly take your issues to your elected official and or speak up during public comment period during our board meetings, and we welcome that. So this is how EBCE works. We're essentially a procurement agency. We're buying power, we're contracting for power. Ultimately, we'll be contracting to build local projects. And then PG&E continues to do transmission and delivery of that power, and they do the billing. And so that makes it very convenient, and also it makes the power reliable. You'll get the same reliability that you always had. And if you have an outage or an electric concern, you still call PG&E, and your bill is a consolidated bill. So it's very convenient. There'll be some new line items on your bill, but it's still a single payment to PG&E, and then they'll pay us. So from the customer perspective, you'll see a new charge on your bill that will say East Bay Community Energy Generation Charge. And then you will also see a couple of fees and a credit from PG&E. And you can know that the credit will be equal to or more than the amount of our charges plus the new charges. So that's how you know you're paying less than what you would have otherwise paid to PG&E. And core values for our agency are lower rates, as we mentioned. We look forward to saving customers money on their bills. Local investment, where we'll be taking those excess revenues and spending some of that money on local programs. That's the really exciting part of what we'll be doing. Sustainability, since we'll be buying power that's greener and more local and sustainable. That is our mission. And then customer choice, which is that not only will EBCE provide you options, but you can also return back to PG&E if you prefer to be a PG&E bundled customer. So we're just giving you more options. Here are the two options that we are offering starting in June 2018. The first one, which will be the default option for most of our customers, is Bright Choice, and that will be actually an energy supply that is very similar to PG&E's energy supply, 85% carbon-free, and priced at 1.5% below PG&E's electric generation rates. So to be clear, the savings is only on the generation part of your bill. Most customers of PG&E receive gas and electric service. We're not in the gas business. We're just selling electricity. And then on the electric side of your bill, about half of your electric bill goes to transmission, distribution, and fees like the public benefits charge and nuclear decommissioning and those sorts of things. Then there's the generation part. That's about half of the electric side of your bill, and that's where we'll be providing the savings. Our other product option is called Brilliant 100. It's an 100% carbon-free product that will be a mix of large hydro and renewables. So in California, large hydropower, which is from dams that are more than 30 megawatts of generating capacity, are considered carbon-free, but they're not considered renewable. Renewables are solar, wind, geothermal, biomass, that sort of thing, and small hydro, I should say. And then where we'll be getting our additional carbon-free power will be from large hydropower. And as I mentioned, these are our two products coming out of the gates in 2018. We hope to add additional options. In November, we'll be rolling out to residential customers, and ideally we'll have a premium 100% renewable energy option available for customers at that time. That's something we're hoping to do. And then we'll probably have additional options down the road, as we grow and build up some financial reserves. Hopefully we'll create other product options for customers. So here's a quick snapshot of that customer bill. As I mentioned briefly, you can see on that first page, there will be a new charge. This is from EBCE Clean Energy, which serves Marin and Napa and Contra Costa counties. You can see that there's a charge that says EBCE Electric Generation Charge. So you'll see one that says EBCE Electric Generation Charge or East Bay Clean Community Energy Generation Charge on that first page. And then in this other screenshot, you can see a premium price for their Deep Green, which is that opt-up 100% renewable energy option. There's some other pages that I don't think we present here, but they have other charges and the generation credit. Those will be on page 3 or 4 of your bill. And on our website, we'll be preparing an annotated bill that will explain how you can find your savings and understand these charges. I'm also happy to just talk you through your bill if you receive a bill and you're not crystal clear on all of those charges. So will you have a choice? Yes. So the first thing that you'll probably want to know is that this is an opt-out type of program. By state law, we become the default provider of electric generation service. So all of the businesses will be automatically enrolled in April 2018. Our residential customers will be enrolled in November 2018, and then net energy metering and some other customers will be enrolled in 2019. But if you take no action, you become enrolled in our service. If you wish to opt out, then you need to take action to do so, and you can call us or go on our website and opt out. And you can also opt up, meaning that you can go to our website or call our call center. And if you wish to choose our Brilliant 100 option, then you can do so through our call center or through our website. Starting in April, that's when we'll start uploading all of the customer data so that we can accommodate those requests. One thing I should mention is that there are 2 cities in our JPA that are moving forward to have Brilliant 100 as the default service. And those cities are Albany and Hayward. And our board of directors is meeting on the 21st of March to discuss and approve or discuss approving those requests. And in those cases, if your business is in Albany or Hayward, you would be placed initially into Brilliant 100 service, which is the same price as PG&E, but 100% from carbon-free resources. And then if you wanted to, you could opt down to our savings product or opt out if you wished. And then another decision will be made by our board down the road about whether residential customers should be in those cities should be opted into Brilliant 100 or not. But for most customers, they'll be placed automatically into our Bright Choice service, which is a 1.5% discount and 85% carbon-free power. And then for businesses, we are offering a greener product. We're working with the County Green Business Program and hoping that they can provide some recognition for businesses that are opting up to our Brilliant 100 option. We expect to participate in a greenhouse gas accounting protocol, so we can get you for the businesses that are doing greenhouse gas accounting, we can get you a verified emissions factor for our power. We're really looking forward to reinvesting some of the money, some of the excess revenue into local programs, and would love to partner up with businesses, school districts, and other agencies to find good synergies where we might install a good project or find a good program that then fit and be a win-win. And then also for residential customers, we'll look to reinvest. For example, we've been discussing having a solar net metering tariff that for new installations might provide an additional incentive for our residential customers who are on the CARE low income rate to help them overcome the barriers of a credit score requirement, those sorts of things. So lots of great opportunities to benefit businesses and residential customers throughout the county. And then I should mention that we're, I believe, the 10th CCA to launch in California. We have a great track record of success in this industry. Marin MCE Clean Energy was the first out of the gates in 2010. Sonoma Clean Power in 2014, and then just many CCAs have been hopping on board lately and pretty consistently providing energy supply that is both cleaner, that's certainly the case, and then in almost all cases providing savings as well, up to 5% off. So great track record, and we're looking forward to continuing to build that track record over time. Here are some companies. I'm sure you're familiar with some of these brands. These are all brands that are served by a CCA in the Bay Area. And certainly there are a lot of great brands that you'll recognize throughout Alameda County. We're looking for companies that want to partner and do some promotion. So if your business wants to be featured on our website, we'd love to talk. Please drop me a message and we'll figure something out. That's especially the case for businesses that are interested in opting up to our Brilliant 100 option. We're going to have some special promotions around that. So here are some additional examples from other CCAs about specific activities that they've undertaken. MCE did this landfill gas project. I think it's in Novato. If you're on 101 heading north, you'll see it off to your right. Great landfill gas local project, capping off a landfill and taking the methane off of there and using it productively. Sonoma Clean Power, since Sonoma is a more rural county, they've had a focus on electric vehicles and are providing smart chargers for residential customers free of charge and some dealer incentives, and they've gotten a lot of cars through the program that way. MCE just built out a 10.5 megawatt solar project in Richmond. Richmond is in their service area, and just a great project that they just had the ribbon cutting on it and used local labor. Very, very excellent project. And then they also built this 1 megawatt project on a quarry, and they're using the output of that for their local solar program, where customers can sort of buy a share of the output of that facility and have it on bill, so they get long-term price stability. because the project is a long-term fixed price contract. So a very innovative approach. Here's just a quick review of our timeline. We will be launching in June, so we're enrolling business customers as their meter is read in June, so customers will be enrolled throughout the month of June. And then for residential customers, I realize that little circle is on September. It's looking like November now. And then, as I mentioned, for solar net metered customers, we're going to start enrolling customers in January 2019 according to your true update with PG&E. So throughout the course of 2019, we'll be enrolling solar net metered customers. And then there's some other customers who sort of, if they're on a standby rate, for example, fell off, or those rates we haven't settled on a tariff yet. So there are some specific tariffs that won't be served right out of the gates, but that's essentially for standby only where you have cogeneration on site. So just a small pool of customers who will be business customers who won't be enrolled in June. And then staying up to date, please join our mailing list. If you go to our website, you can find, there's a little icon at the top that has a picture of an envelope, and you can enter your email, and we'll send out occasional news and updates and RFP opportunities and that sort of thing. We're on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We have a monthly board meeting, sometimes twice a month if there's a lot of business to take care of. And those meetings are all publicly noticed and open to the public, and we hope you'll attend. We actually have a Citizens Advisory Committee that also meets monthly, and we need a couple of members, particularly from the business community. You do have to be an Alameda County resident to be on that, but if you are interested, please do drop me a line. I can give you more information about our Citizens Advisory Committee. And then become a brand champion. We're looking to work with businesses in our area to promote them as green power consumers, and feature you online. And I'm actually looking for a couple of testimonials for brochures and other literature. So any information that you have, or I'm sorry, any offer that you have to work with us to promote what you're doing and promote what we're doing, I'm looking to talk to you. So drop me a line. And that's it. There's our contact info. I wanted to keep this kind of quick and allow ample opportunity for questions. So if you have a question, please do let me know. Let's see. I see some questions here. Scrolling back to the beginning. Do we know if Brilliant 100 earns any CHPS points like LEED? So I'm not familiar with CHPS. I do know LEED, and our product is not a 100% renewable energy product, so I don't think you would get additional LEED points. We do hope to offer a Greenie certified and LEED eligible green power option down the road. Again, I think that'll probably be late this year or early next year. At that time, we could probably get you those additional LEED points. If there's a specific facility that you work on, if there's a specific timeline, please do drop me a line, and I'll see if we might be able to work something out through renewable energy certificates or some other approach. And then let's see, I see one other question here. Someone who's interested in accounting on a monthly basis of what percentage is renewable and carbon free. Unfortunately, I don't think we have an accurate way of reporting that, because I think our deliveries, even though the delivery happens in real time and we need to meet our load curve in real time, I don't think our reporting is quite that sophisticated. If this is something that you want to learn more about from our side, I would recommend contacting Howard Chang, who is our COO, and is leading procurement right now, and that is a great question for him. So you can either look him up or drop me a line and I'll put you in touch. In fact, if you're looking at the screen and you see that email that says info@ebce.org, I will read all of the emails that come through there. So that's one way to get in touch with me. And then the follow-up question was about an average per month. And again, I'm actually basing some of my answer on past experience. My previous job was at Peninsula Clean Energy, and I just recall how delayed some of the reporting was from some of our vendors. If that's the case here, I think that's pretty common. And there's also balancing throughout the year that happens, truing up of our supply and such, that I think a monthly reporting is not going to be particularly accurate. I think you're going to end up with a lot of truing up. So now I have a question about solar accounts, which is a great and timely question. So if you have net metered solar account, what will happen is you will be enrolled at your true update in 2019. So that process will be automatic. You'll get 2 notices in advance that will say that's coming, that for that particular account. Let's say your true update is in May. Then in March and April, you'll get a notice, and then in May, you'll be transitioned over. We're going to do that as close to your true update as we can so that you don't lose any credits that you might have generated, some retail credits. And so what will happen then is the bill treatment will be different under CCA service. So if you have a system now, you know that you are basically paying a minimum bill every month for that account, and then you're watching the accruals over the course of the year. So you can see if you have surplus generation, how you're accumulating those credits, or if you're a net consumer, how you're going to owe PG&E come true up. And then once a year, they true you out and you pay them what you owe them, basically, or you kind of zero out your bill. What happens with EBCE service or other CCA service is that every month your bill on the PG&E side of the bill for distribution and transmission remains the same, but for generation, so that's, you're paying the minimum monthly fee and you're accruing over the course of the year. But for the generation side of the bill, you'll be paying us what you owe every month. So if in a particular month you are a net consumer, we will charge you the generation cost for that month in that month. So if it was a dark and stormy March, then when your March bill comes and you haven't generated enough power, then we will charge you for that amount. And then let's say you have a bright and sunny April and you have surplus generation over the course of the month, then we will forward that credit in your account at that retail rate. And so you can use it next month. There are some finer points of our net metering policy that I don't think have been ironed out yet, such as what the dollar amount will be if we cash you out at the end of a year, or how we'll treat that excess generation come true up. I'll have to reread I missed the board meeting last time when that was all discussed. But we'll definitely post our net metering policy to our website, and you can get all of the details before you roll over. And also, we have a very strong commitment to offering at least as generous a compensation as PG&E. So, you can take comfort in that. It's just how far above that will we go? And then also, will we be providing incentives for new systems? I think that's going to happen on a limited basis, but again, we'll be publishing that policy further down the road. And then a great question here about PG&E rebates. So yes, all customers, whether you're in a CCA service or not, pay a charge on your bill that's called the public benefits charge or the public goods charge. That goes to pay for programs like rebates and savings by design and those sorts of programs. you'll continue to pay that fee as an EBCE customer, and you continue to receive benefits. So if you want savings by design or a lighting retrofit, or you're going to do some HVAC work and PG&E has a program for it, or you're going to do an EV charger, all of those programs are still eligible to you exactly the same, whether you're in the CCA service for generation or not, because you continue to pay that fee. And I should say, your rate class carries over. So if you're on an A1 or an A10 or an E19 or any of those rate classes, those all carry over automatically. All of the time of use structures and everything remain the same. So it's really just a slight discount off of the service, and everything else is remaining equal. Even with demand charges, those remain the same. We offer a very slight discount on the summer demand charge because it has a generation component, but in the winter, the demand, it just is what it is. It's PG&E's charge, not ours. So all of that stuff is essentially, it's a smooth transition over, same rate class, same hours of time of use, peak, off peak, and part peak, and demand charges all sort of accruing the same way and appearing the same way on your bill. So great. We're sort of running up against the end of our time, and got some great questions there at the end. Again, we're really looking forward to serving you as customers. Please don't be shy about contacting me to answer any questions you have. I am happy to prepare a usage analysis of your company or agency's electric usage and show how it compares on PG&E rates and on R2 rates, and what the carbon emissions footprint will be from those different options. I'm happy to meet with your team, answer any questions, talk with your employees, anything that we can do to keep everyone better informed and up to date. And then down the road, we'll be engaging with you further as we launch programs and as we get our net metering tariff in place in 2019. So until then, thanks so much for your time, and I look forward to working with you down the road. Have a good Wednesday. Bye.